Imagine this. You've worked hard for years. You've earned, saved a little, maybe invested. But when you look at your wealth, it doesn't add up. It's almost like your money disappears into thin air. What if I told you it's not bad luck, and it's not even the economy? The truth is, your brain is haunted. Haunted by 15 financial ghosts that live inside your subconscious. They whisper lies, they trigger fears, and they push you into habits that quietly kill your wealth. Today, we're going to shine a light on these ghosts. Because once you see them for what they are, you'll never let them control you again. Part 1. The first layer, fear-based ghosts. You've described some powerful ghosts that can hold you back from achieving your goals, particularly in the realm of financial success. Let's expand on these concepts, adding more detail and exploring how they manifest in everyday life. The ghost of scarcity. This ghost is a master of disguise. It doesn't just whisper, "There's never enough." It also convinces you that you must hold on to what you have with an iron grip. This isn't just about money. It's about time, energy, and even ideas. When this ghost is around, you might find yourself saying no to collaborations because you're afraid someone else will steal your idea. You may hoard information instead of sharing it, convinced that your knowledge is a finite resource that will diminish if given away. This ghost keeps you from investing not only in stocks, but also in yourself. It tells you that a new course or a coach is an unnecessary expense, a luxury you can't afford, even if it could lead to significant future gains. The result is a cycle of hoarding, clinging, and resisting, which, paradoxically, keeps you in a state of scarcity. The ghost of fear. This ghost is the ultimate micromanager, a constant companion that turns every potential move into a high-stakes gamble. It's the one that makes you draft and redraft an email for hours, terrified of how it might be misinterpreted. It's the voice that convinces you that a new job offer, a chance to start your own business, or a simple investment is too risky. This ghost doesn't just tell you what if it goes wrong. It creates elaborate, worst-case scenarios. The business fails, you lose all your money, and you're left with nothing. This paralyzing overthinking prevents you from taking action altogether. By the time you've analyzed every variable and considered every possible outcome, the window of opportunity is closed, leaving you with the cold comfort of inaction. The ghost of regret. This ghost loves to live in the past, replaying old tapes and narrating a never-ending highlight reel of your missed opportunities. It's the one that reminds you of the investment you should have made in that tech company years ago, or the business idea you told your friend about, only to watch them turn it into a multi-million-dollar success. This ghost doesn't just make you feel bad. It actively prevents you from looking forward. It keeps you so focused on what could have been that you fail to see what could be. Instead of learning from past mistakes and applying those lessons to the present, you remain chained to them. This ghost turns nostalgia into a prison, preventing you from starting new projects or making new investments for fear of creating a new set of regrets. The ghost of self-doubt. This ghost is perhaps the most insidious, as it works from the inside out. It's the quietest whisper, but the one you believe most readily because it sounds like your own voice. It's the voice that says, "I'm not smart enough, I don't have enough experience," or "people like me don't get rich." This ghost convinces you that your dreams are not for you. They belong to a different, more deserving class of people. This isn't just about financial goals. It can sabotage your relationships, your career, and your well-being. It's the reason you don't ask for a raise, even though you've earned it. It's the reason you don't apply for that leadership role. It works by convincing you to sabotage yourself before you even start, making sure you never step up to the plate. Because if you never try, you can never fail, right? This ghost, however, ensures that you never succeed either. Part 2, the second layer, ego-based ghosts. Now let's talk about ego-driven ghosts. These are trickier because they often disguise themselves as confidence. The ghost of comparison. This ghost is a master of mental gymnastics, constantly shifting the goalposts of success. It doesn't just show you your neighbor's new car. It whispers that your own achievements are inadequate because they aren't as flashy or as public. This isn't just about financial status. It can apply to career milestones, personal relationships, or even physical fitness. This ghost thrives in the age of social media, where a carefully curated feed of highlights becomes the yardstick against which you measure your entire life. It convinces you to chase someone else's idea of success, leading to impulsive decisions and a constant feeling of never being enough. Instead of building your own path, you get lost trying to mimic others. The ghost of overconfidence. This ghost is a seductive flatterer, convincing you that your past wins are a guarantee of future success. It's the voice that tells you, "I've made a good trade before, so I don't need to do any more research." This ghost encourages you to skip the learning process and jump straight to the winning. It makes you believe you can outsmart complex systems like the stock market without understanding their fundamentals. This inflated sense of self can lead to reckless decisions, taking on too much risk, ignoring expert advice, and refusing to cut losses on a failing investment. The ghost of overconfidence makes you believe you're invincible, but the market, with its cold, unfeeling logic, eventually teaches you a very expensive lesson in humility. The ghost of ego. The ghost of ego is the one that convinces you to focus on the appearance of wealth rather than the reality of it. It's the reason someone might lease a luxury car they can't afford or buy designer clothes they don't need, all to project an image of success. This ghost equates self-worth with material possessions and external validation. It tricks you into spending your money on things that depreciate instead of on assets that appreciate. It encourages you to live for the approval of others, to keep up with a financially unsustainable lifestyle. The tragic irony of this ghost is that it often leads to a hollow feeling. You may look rich on the outside, but you're financially fragile on the inside. This focus on outward appearance distracts you from the real work of building genuine, lasting wealth. Part 3, the third layer, impulse ghosts. Then we have the ghosts of impulse, the ones that drain your wealth bit by bit, almost invisibly. The ghost of quick riches. This ghost is the illusionist of the group, painting a picture of effortless wealth. It's the voice that dismisses the years of hard work, research, and patience required to build true wealth. This ghost lives in the headlines of get-rich-quick schemes, from the latest meme stock craze to the promise of a guaranteed return on a high-risk investment. It convinces you to chase a shortcut, whispering that you can bypass the slow, steady path of compounding and smart investing. The allure of this ghost is so strong because it preys on a fundamental desire for ease and speed. However, what it doesn't show you is the high probability of failure and the significant financial losses that usually accompany these gambles. The reality is that these shortcuts often lead to a dead end, leaving you further from your goals than when you started. The ghost of impatience. The ghost of emotion turns your feelings pushing you to shopping spree prematurely. It's the ghost that one that makes you check your investment purchase can fix a bad day, convinced that the market isn't moving. It's an expert at linking your emotions to your wallet. Why wait? Whispering so loudly that you sell every time you feel sad, first sign of a dip, stress, or cash out a successful investment long before. You're not just buying a new pair of shoes. This ghost doesn't understand you're buying the power of dopamine hit, the snowball effect, you from your real where your returns start earning. This ghost preys on your vulnerability. It convinces you creating a cycle immediate where you use spending like buying a new gadget instead. The problem is that these purchases rarely is more valuable than the future wealth you're sacrificing. And the financial toll can be craving for instant draining your resources is the enemy preventing you from saving for financial growth and discipline. The ghost of debt comfort. This is one of the most insidious ghosts because it makes financial distress seem normal. It whispers everyone has debt and normalizes the state of being financially underwater. This ghost keeps you from confronting your spending habits by making you feel like your mounting credit card balance is just a part of modern life. It downplays the danger of interest payments and the way they erode your future earnings. This comfort with debt is a form of financial quicksand. The more you take on, the harder it is to escape. It chains you to your past consumption, making it difficult to build a financially free future. And finally, the ghosts of ignorance and stagnation. These don't scream. They quietly hold you back for years. The ghost of financial illiteracy. This ghost's most effective weapon is the phrase, "Money is too complicated." It's a powerful lie that convinces you to stay on the sidelines, to hand over your financial power to others. This ghost tells you that topics like compound interest, index funds, or tax advantage accounts are for other people, the experts, the rich, the bankers. But the truth is, a basic understanding of personal finance is a fundamental skill, not a secret club. By believing in this ghost, you actively choose ignorance, allowing banks and lenders to profit from your lack of knowledge. You pay higher interest rates, miss out on valuable investment opportunities, and fail to protect your assets. This ghost ensures you remain a passive participant in your own financial life. The ghost of procrastination. This ghost operates on the illusion of tomorrow. It whispers, "I'll start investing next year," or "I'll get my budget in order after the holidays." It makes you feel like you have an infinite amount of time to get your finances in order. The cruel reality is that for investing, time is your most powerful ally. The magic of compounding needs decades to work its wonders. Every year you delay, you don't just lose a year of potential gains. You lose the compounding effect that those gains would have generated. This ghost robs you of your future by convincing you that today is not the day to start building it. The ghost of victimhood. This ghost loves to point the finger. It's the voice that blames the government for your high taxes, your parents for not teaching you about money, or the economy for why you can't get ahead. It feels good to blame because it absolves you of responsibility. However, this feeling of righteousness comes at a high price: powerlessness. When you believe that external factors are entirely to blame for your financial situation, you lose all motivation to change it. You stop looking for opportunities, you stop learning, and you stop taking action. The ghost of victimhood traps you in a cycle of blame and inaction. ensuring you remain a spectator in your own life. The ghost of stagnation. This ghost is the enemy of growth and adaptation. It's the voice that says, "This is how we've always done it," even as the world changes around you. This ghost keeps you from learning new skills, exploring new industries, or adapting your financial strategy to a shifting market. You might keep all your money in a low-interest savings account, even though inflation is eroding its value. Or you might refuse to use new financial technology because you're comfortable with the old way of doing things. This ghost ensures you remain stuck in the past, a static financial entity in a dynamic world. When you refuse to evolve, you're not just standing still, you're falling behind. So there you have it, 15 ghosts. Scarcity, fear, comparison, ego, impatience, procrastination, and many more. Some of these ghosts yell, others whisper, but they all have one mission: to keep you stuck exactly where you are. Now here's the good news. Ghosts only have power in the dark. The moment you name them, they lose their grip. When you recognize scarcity thinking, you can practice gratitude and shift into abundance. When fear shows up, you can remind yourself, risk is the price of growth. When ego tempts you to show off, you can pause and ask, am I buying this for value or for validation? And when procrastination whispers, you can remember, the best time to start was yesterday. The next best time is today. So, I'll leave you with one question. Ghosts lose their
Which of
power
these ghosts
the
is
moment you
haunting
stop
you the
running
most
from
right
them.
now?
Don't run
Is it
anymore.
the ghost of fear
Start building, keeping you stuck? Is it the ghost of ego, making you look rich instead of being rich? Or is it procrastination, stealing your future one day at a time? Whatever it is, name it, face it, exorcise it, because the truth is, wealth isn't built by numbers alone. It's built by mindset, discipline, and courage. Your brain may be haunted today, but once you confront these ghosts, you'll unlock the freedom, abundance, and wealth that have been waiting for you all along.